Hi everyone, this is Diane. Welcome to my video blog. I just wanted to talk for a few minutes about some stuff that's going on and kind of catch you up a little bit. So I am taking voice lessons and I feel like it's helping some. I don't know if you can hear any difference or not. I'm trying, I don't feel like really confident or like I'm really at the point with the lessons that a lot of it is really manifesting in how I speak day to day. But I am trying, and the lessons are going fairly well. Um, I think the main thing that I wanted to talk about today is music. Me as a musician. If you've seen a blog or two of mine earlier, a few of my earlier blogs, you'll know that I am a musician, and it's it's something that's a really important part of me, but it's also something that's been really difficult for me, especially since I've started transitioning. But there's an older history than that, than just transition, that goes along with that. I was in bands for a lot of years, and I always found it really difficult to keep a band together. People have lives, I understand that, and but I've always felt like a band is kind of a commitment, kind of a job, and most people don't have that attitude about it, and I've come to understand that. So, and also prior to starting to transition, I had a lot of anger, and it would come out. It would be inappropriate. People couldn't understand what I was angry about. It just would seem weird to them, and it made me hard to deal with. I understand that too. So anyway, I was in bands for a while, and then because I had decided that a band wasn't really possible, the kind of band that I wanted wasn't really possible for me, I began playing solo, and I played solo for the better part of 20 years. Started out just like doing solo acoustic singer-songwriter stuff. Did that for a while. Actually got good enough to do a little tour. You know, I felt like I had got kind of accomplished something, but at the same time it wasn't really that satisfying to me because there's no interaction in it. It was just me playing my songs, and it wasn't exciting to me. And I think I just missed that interaction with other musicians. I also because I wanted to change the sound, I started doing home recordings. I had GarageBand on my Mac, and I started just making home recordings, and I made some that I really liked. But once again, it was kind of a lonely thing. It was just me in my room making recordings. Not the most satisfying thing. So, and then I started school, and then I started transition. And I really became very uncomfortable with my voice. And as I consider myself first and foremost as a musician, a singer, and that I accompany myself on whatever instrument, usually guitar, sometimes bass, sometimes other things, it just became really hard for me to even imagine what I would do as a musician. And so I kind of moved on to other things. I've been in school, and that's been great, and I've been learning a lot, and I get a lot of my creative energy out writing papers for class. So, you know, that happened, that's how things have been for a while. Sometime last year, one of my oldest friends' wife was talking about music, and I was like saying, I was kind of trying to encourage her and stuff, and I said, oh, well, why don't we try doing some recording in GarageBand? I think she had been having trouble with GarageBand, but she was excited. She was starting to write songs, and she was having this kind of creative kind of awakening, and I was very excited by it. So I decided to offer to help, and we ended up doing some stuff, and I showed her how to use GarageBand a little bit, and kind of encouraged her, and she really kind of took off and kind of opened up, and like her songwriting began to improve, and we worked on some songs together, and it was really kind of neat, and it was really great. And so after a time, we started playing together thinking that we were going to do a recording. So we found a drummer to work with, who is somebody that is since I've been in the Boston area, one of the first musicians that I've played with here. Somebody who we were trying to put together a band, and he came in and auditioned as a drummer. He's somebody that I've known a lot. He recorded my second CD. So anyway, we started playing together, starting to rehearse tracks, and she continued to improve. My friend's, who's another friend of mine's wife, and she's actually better than she thinks she is. She thinks she can't play and sing at the same time, but she does. She can sing and play at the same time. She just says, as she's going to be a really great musician, I feel, a great songwriter and singer. She just, and as her confidence grows, she's becoming much better. But some life stuff has come in the way, and we were feeling like it was going to be a band, but now it turns out it's really not. For reasons having to do with just other stuff in people's lives. And, there was a time in my life when that would have been really unbearable to me. I would have been so frustrated. But that way of thinking about things and feeling about things is no longer part of my life. I don't really have that impatience and that need to keep everybody in line and going towards like a goal or anything. I think that what I hope for with this situation now is that we can keep working towards the recording that we had planned to do, and I hope that we do. I really hope that we do get that happening. But be that as it may, this is all like just really reawakened for me a desire to make music with people, and I have no idea how to make it happen. I want something fairly disciplined and something fairly goal-oriented. I'd like us to get together and play. I want it to be like a real interchange, and I hope I can find it. I hope it's out there for me. I don't know where, and I don't feel like I can force the issue, but I'm going to keep my ears out open, and I'm going to realize that the situation that I've been in, that has been so great and rewarding in so many ways for me to this point, is because of generosity, because I was generous and I wanted to help somebody. So I got back from that something that was really satisfying to me, and I really want to find that situation and have somebody work with me that really wants to do what I want to do, or something like it, or is like interested enough in the situation to help me get to my goals while I'm helping them get to theirs. Because that's what I feel like I have with this other friend of mine. But I hope to get that going in the future. And I'd like to play gigs, and I'd like to make recordings, and I'd like to have a long-term relationship where there's development and progression, and like a real interest in like expansion and really delving into who we are and working everything out and making something really fantastic happen. The kind of fantastic thing that only happens over a rich amount of experience together. I hope I can find that. I'm not sure that I can. In the meantime, like I say, we're still working towards a recording, me and these friends of mine, and I'm also doing other creative things, and I have school. But if anybody hears this and they're in the Boston area and they have an interest in folk music and punk music, like older style punk, and art music, like, avant-garde, atonal, kind of weird stuff, and, just has a lot of or country music, or just like an open ear and an interest in the interaction of being in a band. I'd love to find people like that, so that we could do music together, so that on a regular basis we can create something. And so thank you for your time. That's all I had to say. Have a good one.